I'm seeing Peace. I can see Vanita. I can see Shina. And then I can see Wendy. Good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, where did we
Good
stop last
afternoon.
time? Where did we stop last time? I remember we looked at the Bantu. We looked at the long distance trade. Was it our last topic, long distance trade? Or it was the Portuguese? I think it was the Portuguese, where we looked at their reasons for coming and settlement, where we looked at the cause, where we looked at the effects, where I looked at the problems faced by the Portuguese in East Africa. Who can tell us at least the first 3 or 4 paragraphs for the course of the Portuguese before we go to today's topic? Who can remember? At least the first 3 or 4 paragraphs. On the course. Who can try? Who can try? Who can try? No one. Yes, Elizabeth.
The Luo left by El Gazel around the 15th century.
I'm talking about the Portuguese. Before you go to the Luo, let us make a recap of what we studied last time about the Portuguese. So I was saying that if we are describing the course, what are the first 3 paragraphs that you can give on the course of the Portuguese, if you can remember?
First, talk about the distance. Was it a far journey? How long did it take?
Distance, the course of the Portuguese. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? Okay, last time we tried to look at the Portuguese. That is reasons for their coming. We say that they came looking for their king, Priester John. We said that they came to spread Christianity. We said that they were attracted by the fertile soils. They wanted to find a direct route to India. We said that the Portuguese also wanted to control the Indian Ocean trade, attracted by the cool climate at the coast, the fertile soils, the hospitality, among other factors. Then we looked at the coast. We said that the settlement of the Portuguese started from 1497 or 1498, after the first journey of Vasco da Gama, who was cruising through his expedition across the Atlantic Ocean on his route to India. Then he got to see the good climate and the lucrative wealth of the East African coast. And then he gave a report in 1499. And then we said that in 1500, 1500, Pedro Alvarez Cabral arrived at the coast. He wanted to control the gold trade at Sofala, but was unsuccessful. Then we say that 1502, Vasco da Gama came back the second time. However, he came well prepared with 19 ships and was able to attack Kilwa and was able to imprison the Sultan Ibrahim, who promised to pay taxes. And then when Da Gama left, the Sultan never paid taxes. So I think those are the first three paragraphs that I wanted about the course of the Portuguese, their coming and settlement, which ended in 1510, which is our last paragraph that says that by 1510, the whole East African coast was under Portuguese rule. Isn't it true? Isn't it true? So that cost should be on your fingertips. Remember what we said, that you can use that rhyme or mnemonic that say that the vice president of Rwanda went to the local function to dance, whereby you are able to narrate their course from 1498 to 1510, when the Holocaust was under Portuguese rule. The effects are easily quite similar with those of the Arabs, but when you are giving that of the Portuguese spread Christianity, or Portuguese introduced Christianity but failed to spread it, tried to introduce Christianity but failed to spread it. And then also you bring the negative effects brought by the Portuguese, including the decline of the coastal trade states, the collapse of the Indian Ocean trade. You talk about their discrimination, you talk about their insecurity through wars and rebellions between them and the coastal towns. You talk about what they introduced, the new crops, such as the popo. You talk about their addition in the language of Kiswahili by putting words like pesa, meaning money. You talk about their construction or building of the Fort Jesus, which is currently used as a tourist attraction, among others, isn't it? So today, I was just trying to have a recap of what we covered so that we can remember, not to forget everything that we look at. Today, we are going to look at the Luo. Last time, remember, we looked at what we call the Bantu, where we said that the Bantu were among the linguistic group of people that entered East Africa. Another group of people is what we call the Luo, or you can call them the Luo. It is a common question at all levels. The Luo, we are saying that the Luo were a group of people who belong to the River Lake Nilotes, I'm going to display the screen here so that we can follow, what is here. So the Luo were a group of people of the River Lake Nilotes, and we are saying that they are the ancestors of the Alulu people, the Acholi, the Langi, the Japadola, and the Kumam, who are found in Uganda, as well as the Jaluo. The Jaluo are found in which country? Who can tell us?
Kenya.
The Jaluo are found in Kenya. Yes. So our questions today that we are going to use, question number 1 is going to be, you can get where to write. Question number 1 says, who were the Luo? Question number 1 says, who were the Luo? Are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Question number 2 says, why did the Luo leave their homeland? Why did the Luo leave their homeland for East Africa? Why did the Luo leave their homeland for East Africa? Why did the Luo leave their homeland to East Africa? Why did the Luo leave their homeland to East Africa? Question number 2. Question number 2 or 3? Question
3.
number 3 says, describe the migration and settlement of the Luo. Describe the migration and settlement of the Luo. Describe the migration and settlement of the Luo into East Africa. Describe the migration and settlement of the Luo into East Africa. Question number 3.
Number 4.
Is number 4. Question
Yes.
number 4 says, what were the impacts of their migration into East Africa? What were the impacts of their migration into East Africa? What were the impacts of their migration into East Africa? Okay, we can start, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, if they say, who were the Luo? Who were the Luo? Sometimes it is Luo, sometimes they call them the Luo. Who were the Luo? So who were the Luo? We normally say that the Luo are referred to as the River Lake Nilotes. They are referred to as the River Lake Nilotes, meaning that they are those Nilotes who loved settling near lakes, near rivers and lakes. Who loved settling near rivers and lakes. They are the people also who originated from a place called Bahr Ghazal, which is found in southern Sudan. Bahr Ghazal is a place found in southern Sudan. It used to be Sudan, but now it is called Southern Sudan after the 2011 elections where they voted for separatism to create their own state. Southern Sudan is led by a man known as Salva Kiir and Riek Machar. It is different from Northern Sudan, the one of Khartoum. Still also we are saying that these are known as River Lake Nilotes because they settled around or along rivers and lakes. They settled along rivers and lakes. Another thing we can talk about them, that they started migrating between around 1,350 to around 1,500 AD. Still, we can also say that they are the people who entered East Africa through the northern part of Uganda following River Nile. And in this case, it is what we call Albert Nile. Another thing that we can talk about the Luo, we can say that they include tribes like Alur, Langi, Acholi, Japadola, and the Jaluo, the Kumam, among others. You have ever heard of these tribes, isn't it? Some of you are from these these tribes. Anyone who is a Langi here? Any Alul? Any Jap? Any Jap? Yes. Meaning that we are dealing with the people from the origin of Cameroon, the Bantu alone here.
No,
Hey, do you have some Aluls?
I'm a naturally.
You are naturally good. Hey, you're proud naturally, isn't it? From which district?
Yes. From Lira Palwo.
From Lira. So we can also add one other bullet here that they are found in districts like Lira, Gulu, which other? Lira, Gulu, Kitgum. What else? Which other district? Kitgum, Lira. Noya, is Noya part of that group?
Yes.
Okay. So if they ask who were the Luo, you only bring the origin. You only bring what? The origin. Who were they? You just talk about them. And such a question, if it is set, it demands for 10 paragraphs, 10 statements. Just tell us the Luo are also referred to as the Janam. They also referred to as the Jonam. They are also referred to as the River Lake Nilotis. The River Lake Nilotis or the Jonam. They include tribes like Langi, Alul, Kumam, Japado, Japadola. They settled along rivers and lakes. They originated from Bahel Gazel. Just talk about the Luo. You just talk about the Luo. You can even talk about their occupation, that they were mainly pastoralists or nomadic pastoralists or cattle keepers. You make sure that you raise the number of marks allocated. If they put 10, just know that they want 10 correct statements or paragraphs, isn't it? So that is our question. The first question, which said that who were the Luo? Who were the Luo? The Luo. Say that the Luo, as we have seen there. Our question number 2 was saying that why did they migrate from their homeland into East Africa? So such a question demands for reasons, or you can call them causes. You can call them causes, not cause, but causes. Okay, before we go to these causes, can we raise and you tell me some of the causes of their migration? Any person there that can tell us some of the causes of their migration or reasons of their migration? Yes.
Pressure.
Who is this one? Jordan. This is Jordan, isn't it? Jordan, give me one cause.
So they were looking for water and pasture for their.
They were looking for water and pasture. We get these causes from their occupation. From their occupation, since they were nomadic pastoralists, it means that they came into East Africa looking for water and pasture. Good. Another person? Another person?
Teacher, me.
Good. Tell me.
They migrated due to the internal conflicts in their homeland.
They migrated due to internal conflicts. Yes, in their homeland. What are these conflicts? Tell us some of these conflicts. The internal conflicts. Some of the examples of these internal conflicts. Conflicts over land,
Like
good.
land.
Over land, good. What else?
Cows.
Animals or their cows, good. Among what?
Leadership.
even leadership among others. Good. Another point.
They need to settle around water bodies.
They need to settle around water bodies. Are you sure? Oh, no. When it is a vague point. Yes.
Bandwagon effect.
Bandwagon effect. Can you elaborate more? Can you elaborate more for us? We don't know that point. Bandwagon. Elaborate more.
They were following their leaders.
Bandwagon, yes. That many of them were following their peers or their leaders. It was due to bandwagon group influence. They were seeing others walking and they followed just for the sake. Like the way I normally see some students following each other going to the latrine. You find someone asking the other, where are you going? Where are you going? They just follow and they find themselves in the latrine, bandwagon. You just move for the sake, isn't it? Okay, another point.
Natural calamities.
Natural calamities. For example, famine. Yes, the outbreak of famine in their homeland forced them to migrate. Which other natural calamity?
Drought.
Prolonged seasons of drought in their homeland. Forced them to migrate. Good. What else?
Epidemic diseases.
Diseases also led to their migration. What are the examples of these diseases? Some examples of these diseases.
Sleeping sickness.
Good. Another one for their animals. Another disease that affected the animals, because sleeping sickness is in people or humans, Nagana, among others, forced them to migrate. Which other point?
Increased population.
Population, you can call it overpopulation in their homeland, which is Bahel Gazelle brought in problems like what? Increased population brought problems like what? Land fragmentation, increased the pressure on land. It also increased what we call pressure on water sources, among others, which forced the rest to migrate. Good. Another one.
Love for adventure.
Adventure. Good. Love for adventure, meaning that many of them wanted to see more beyond their land. They wanted to see more beyond their land. That's why they desired to go to things which were beyond the Bahel Gazelle. Love for adventure. Good. What else?
External conflicts.
In their homeland. For example, explain more about that. Explain more about
The only thing I can say about it is in their homeland, their neighbors fought them.
Like which neighbors? Like the Gala and the Dinkas. Like the Gala from Ethiopia or Somalia. Yes. So they fought them, and when they were defeated, the Luo decided to vacate the area and move the southern parts of their land, hence ending up in Uganda or East Africa. Okay, good. Now, when you look at what I have here, we are saying that the Luo moved from their homeland due to search for water and pasture. You are going to see that most of the factors that led to the migrations in East Africa were due to push factors. Push factors, I mean, we give factors that forced them. Their coming was due to the factors that forced them. And those are the ones we call push factors, not pull factors, as we see with the settlement of Arabs and Portuguese and other people who came because they were attracted by something. Here, their migration was due to push factors. They were forced